Hi, this is Miss Wright, and I am going to go over list 4 of our S.A.T vocabulary. The first word is fallible. Fallible. Fallible means faulty or imperfect. All human beings are fallible. We are all prone to making mistakes. The question is, do you correct them and do you try better the next time? But we are all fallible. Fallow. Fallow. Fallow refers to something that is idle, meaning not in use or dormant. So, farmers often leave a portion of their land fallow, meaning they don't plant anything on that land and they just allow it to rest for a year so it can build up nutrients so that the next time they plant, the soil would be enriched. So that is why part of this land is not planted and part is planted. This is the fallow side. Fastidious. Fastidious. This is a great old word and it means meticulous or exacting. A fastidious person pays attention to all the details and they want everything to be as perfect as it can be. This gentleman is clipping his lawn with a pair of scissors as opposed to just a lawnmower because he wants all the grass to be the same height, perfectly even. Fastidious. Fathom. Fathom. It means to measure, discover, or perceive. It can mean to comprehend, like, do you fathom my meaning? Fathom is also a measurement of depth in water. So the water might be 20 fathoms deep, the ocean might be 300 fathoms deep. It's a measurement of depth. So it can mean to comprehend, to perceive, to understand, and it can also relate to the depth of water. Fatuous, fatuous. It's ludicrous, insane, idiotic, or silly. So some people love to watch fatuous movies where characters are doing crazy things. This guy right here, um, I don't know. I guess he slipped on a banana peel, but he's doing something that looks a little silly or ridiculous. Gambol, Gambol. And Gambol doesn't have anything to do with the casinos here. It's a different spelling, and it means to play, to frolic, to romp. So it's when you go to the park, you'll see little children gambol throughout the playground when they're running around and screaming and having a good time. That's called gambol. Garble, garble. To confuse, to scramble, to distort, and I chose this picture because we can't tell what it is. It's distorted, garbled when you're on the phone and you can't understand what the person on the other side is saying because you have a bad connection. Their voice is garbled, so you can't figure out what they're trying to say, would be another use of the word garbled. Garish, garish. Gaudy, ostentatious, excessive. So, ostentatious was one of our words, and this house is kind of garish because they went way over the top with their holiday decorations. It looks like they have all the decorations from every holiday out at the same time. So, garish is excessively overly done, gaudy, ostentatious, excessive. Garner, garner, garner is to collect. Collect, receive, attain, acquire. This little Donald Duck character here, I don't think that Daffy Duck, Donald Duck has garnered a lot of money, put together a lot of money. Usually you hear the word garner in terms of garnering awards or garnering accolades. So during the awards season, somebody would win multiple awards from different organizations. You would say they have garnered several awards. Giddy, giddy, scatterbrained, silly, frivolous. So if somebody is being giddy, it's almost almost has the idea of almost being drunk, like they're so being silly and scatterbrained that you can't believe they're not inebriated. So here, scatterbrained, silly, frivolous is giddy. Giddy. Sometimes you can be giddy with joy, like when you see little kids who get a present and they just go crazy. They're giddy with joy. Hackneyed, hackneyed. Trite, common, overdone, banal, and we had the word banal in a previous list. So something that's hackneyed, it lacks originality, lacks spontaneity. It's been used over and over and over again. We're tired of hearing it, then we would refer to it as hackneyed. Can be an expression, can be an idea, can be a behavior, can become hackneyed. Haggle, haggle. To dicker, to barter, to make a deal. So usually when you go to like a to buy a car in America, when you buy a car, there's usually some dickering going on, some bartering going on because of the fact that you never try to pay the sticker price. You try to get 10% or 20% off. So you would haggle. You're going to haggle over the price until you can both come to an agreement. Okay. So these ladies here, one lady wants 300, one lady only wants to pay 100. They're haggling over the price. Hallow, hallow. Hallow means sacred, make holy, sacred, sanctify. So a cemetery is hallowed ground. You don't just romp around a cemetery. A church or churchyard is considered hallowed ground. It's been set aside for a sacred purpose, to honor someone or to honor God. So it's hallow, and we talk about hallowed ground, standing on hallowed ground. Hamper, hamper is to hinder, to frustrate, or impede. So anything that slows your progress is kind of like a metaphorical ball and chain on your ankle would hamper your progress. Harbor, harbor is to persevere, conceal, secure, or shelter. Sorry, preserve, conceal, secure, or shelter would refer to harbor. So you might harbor a criminal, which is against the law. Remember in I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings, Mama um, harbored a fugitive at one point during the story. Um, so to conceal something, usually from being captured, maybe by the police or the military, is to harbor someone, to keep them from justice, to keep them from being um, arrested. Iconoclasm. Iconoclasm. Attack on religious values or symbols. So here, this is the part of the front of a church, and someone has destroyed all the faces from the statues. It's a attack on their religious symbols, and that would be an example of iconoclasm. Um, think of the word icons in here, things that people worship and having them destroyed. Ignoramus, ignoramus. Many of us have heard this word before. It's moron, fool, dimwit, and this actor has been famous for playing people who were um, considered an ignoramus. I think I want to say Dumb and Dumber, but I don't think it's Dumb and Dumber. Not sure. Okay. A moron, a fool, a dimwit. Immutable, immutable. Incorruptible, enduring, unchanging. So 2 plus 2 for all eternity will equal 4. That's never going to change. So some concepts in math are completely immutable, immutable, meaning unchanging. Impecunious, which is a great word, impecunious. It means poor, destitute, penniless. So when you put your hands in your pocket and you come out with no money, you are impecunious or in an impecunious situation. You are broke. So that is poor, destitute, penniless. Imperturbable, imperturbable. Even tempered, level headed, calm. So Spock was from a planet where the people did not display emotion, they were not effusive. So they always were even tempered and calm, never emotional, never upset. And that would be the opposite of the word imperturbable. Imperturbable means even tempered, level headed, always calm. Jettison, jettison. To eliminate, to discharge. You think most often if you are on a ship and the ship is about to sink or is taking on water, you jettison anything that you can to keep that ship afloat, meaning you throw it overboard. So if you have too much stuff in your attic, you might have to jettison some of that stuff out of there to make room for maybe converting the attic or using that space differently. So anytime you have to eliminate something, throw it out, discharge it, that is jettison. Jollity. Jollity is gaiety, merriment. There have been a lot of words in the S.A.T. List that means partying or having a good time. So here, gaiety or merriment, you think of the word jollity. And the word jolly is right in there. So it's easy to remember jollity and jolly, or making merry and having a good time. Kinetic, kinetic. Many people know this word from science. Caused by motion, dynamic. We know that kinetic energy is energy in motion and potential energy is energy not in motion. So anything that is moving, has moving parts, can be referred to as kinetic. Kinetic. Kiosk, kiosk. A small structure used as a newsstand or bandstand. So this is a newspaper kiosk. And if you go to the mall, in between the big stores, going down the center of the aisle, you'll see different kiosks. Some of them are for eyeglasses, perfume, snacks, a variety of kiosks in the mall. Okay, we have come to the end of our study for the 4 units. Obviously, we only got halfway through the alphabet, so there are a lot more S.A.T. words to learn, but this is what we're going to do for now. I hope that you go back to these words in the summertime so that next October, when you have the PSATs, that maybe you refresh your memory and it will help you to do even better on your PSAT test. Please remember to subscribe. Take time to study. You have a mastery test coming up, and I will see you soon. Shout out to all my super students. Have a great day.